finally made it back to Florida. The flight from South Africa was nice thanks to Micah and Corey Walker because I took my sleeping pills and a 15-hour flight felt like 5 hours because I slept most of it. This last flight I slept that one too, so.
All the guys I know getting in trouble, that's how it's always been. When the odds are all against you, how can you win? Yeah.
Trying to knock me off my square, then you should get better aim. And if you grinding like I'm grinding, gonna mess with me, man. Ain't no time for all that tripping with the stress on my brain. When them haters get to hating, this is what we gon' say. Tell them I'm focused, boy. I'm focused.
Back in Florida. We're actually gonna chill.
I love college!
We're gonna chill for a little bit here in Fort Myers and then head back to Orlando. So yeah, but we made a touchdown in Florida.
Oh, we're going up there soon.
Alright, man, I love you.
Yeah, bye, Tori.
Of course.
Don't
So much
leave me.
about yourselves. As we enjoyed you.
You guys will miss for
bombarded with people.
you guys will come. I'll miss the whole world. My heart's all over the place.
See you guys in Orlando. Alright, bye guys.
Bye. I love you.
Let me know when you get home safe.
Okay.
Alright.
It'll be like 2 o'clock or something.
It's all good.
All my life, I wait for someone like you guys, but I thank God that I finally found you. Honey, I'm home. I'm home, honey.
Why did you do all of that?
'Cause I'm home.
Why did you do such a big... Anyway, yeah, we made it home. I guess it's compare and contrast because I'm all quiet because I'm kind of tired. We have this Sahara, not Sahara, this mountain range of dirty clothes.
Mountain range of dirty clothes.
That's what I just said.
Probably can't hear you.
Yeah, they can, hurry. You don't realize how wonderful our camera is. You always be saying that. Why didn't you show them our house? You see our house, man? Say what you have to say. And all this house. It's not a tour of our house. What the heck?
We're
How
home.
much time? You're wasting footage, Toriana. Why are you showing them our house?
'Cause we're home.
It doesn't matter. They don't need a
We're
tour of our
home.
house.
We're home. We are.
Okay, all that.
Pretty excited. Feels pretty good. It didn't at first. At first it was kind of like, what? I don't want to be here. This is my second home. But now that I'm here, now that I'm settled, now that I'm thinking about all the Lord has brought us through, I'm so excited. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about like just some of the things that happened. Just some, because there's so many testimonies. So it's been a few days since we've been in Orlando and about a week since we've been back. More like 5 days since we've been back in the States. And I am just so blown away thinking back like every day, like multiple times a day, the testimonies come up of what the Lord has done in our lives. And it's so awesome to see, like, first of all, that we raised all the funds that we needed to go to Japan and to go to South Africa. And just seeing this is not a dream, this is reality, this is our lives. And in a couple years, we will be moving to Japan and we will be doing full-time ministry and we will be like church planting and things. Thinking about is the fact that I was so scared before I went to Japan and South Africa because I did not get vaccinated. And I remember when I was in line for the vaccination, which I said on my Facebook Live, I felt like the Lord was like, don't worry about it, Tori, you're going to be just fine. And you'll end up wasting your money on this vaccine that you won't even need. And so the whole time I'm freaking out. I have my mosquito repellent and all these things and all this stuff trying to make sure I don't get bit, make sure I don't drink water, yada yada yada. Well, as soon as I get to Japan, I drank the water, like immediately, the first night. Same story with South Africa. Even I got bit by a mosquito when I was in Japan, and I think I got bit by one when I was in South Africa too. And I did not get sick. I did not get sick at all. No throwing up, no diarrhea, like perfectly healthy, perfectly fine. And I made it back to the States safe, unharmed, nothing lost, nothing damaged, nothing stolen. That alone is a testimony that we got there and back safe and sound, fully funded, and we had more money than we needed. Another thing that's really awesome is just seeing like how awesome God is. That not only was he with me when I was in Minnesota, and he's been providing for me for years, everything I need emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, answering my prayer requests, giving me a car when I'm in need, giving me a home when I'm in need, giving me food when I'm in need, getting me friends when I'm in need, restoring my family, restoring my heart, restoring my faith and all these things when I'm in Minnesota, giving me the husband that I pray for, and healing me and teaching me and giving me wisdom and just transforming my life completely when I was in Minnesota. Not only was he there with me then, he was there when we came all the way to Florida, and we didn't start off on the right foot. We weren't necessarily listening to him the way that we should, but he still provided, and he was still here, and he still helped us. He was able to bless my mother-in-law through us and bless us through her to sit here and bring us to House of Hope. And he provides everything that we need to go to Japan. And when we get there, the people share their testimonies of how they met Jesus and how they know him, and they see him. And I realize that God is not an American God. Jesus is not American. He's a God of the world. The same way that he ministers and speaks to me, he speaks to these people in Japan, and he's there. And then I go to Africa and I see him there. And I've been to Mexico before, and he was there. There's nowhere I can go that he's not there, providing and loving and pursuing his people. He's just so awesome. And to see just all the connections and the honor and the hospitality and the love and the peace and the encounters that we had when we were in Japan. Even talking to my friend Adonis and the way God encountered him in that moment in just a few minutes. Talking to the people all across the country and seeing God's heart for them. And then going to Africa and seeing these kids' needs for him. And that they encounter him and they love him, and to have them crying in a classroom because they feel his presence and they feel his love and they know his love, and to go from one moment idolizing me, a person, to realizing it is beyond, far beyond me. And to see this woman, as we're praying and worshiping in her house, be healed of pain in her stomach without us even actually saying one word about the pain that she's feeling. To see a man who was begging us to tell him about Satanism and wanting to know more about that, to suddenly hunger and thirsty for the Word of God and wanting a Bible, and to be able to give him a Bible, and for him to know and start his journey with Jesus. For kids to decide that they want to turn and follow God. To see a Muslim woman massage me and to be able to share my story and testimony about what Jesus did in my life with her. And to see her touched and impacted and wanting to know more about Christ, even though she's a Muslim, deciding, you know what, you have an experience and you have a relationship and you have a testimony, and I want to know more about that. To see freedom, to see a lady challenged to give up her charms and let go and decide, you know what, I'm going to follow Jesus. To see a group of young teen interns who are just young adults going all the way across the world to sacrifice their lives for the South African people. It's just awesome and it's amazing what God is doing. And I just feel like so much fear has left me and so much faith has come and so much realization of God is closer to me than I realized, because all of this happened with me feeling like I wasn't even as close to him as I wanted to be. But he is so in me, and he surrounds me, and he loves me, and he loves his people, and he loves those who don't even know him. He's just so awesome. And to see this testimony, so many things that I can't even like really say and go into detail because of time. It was just so awesome. And then coming back here, it's just, wow.
Hi everybody, it's us. We're back from Japan. Well, we've been back.
Yeah, it's after our anniversary. It's been a couple months now, and ever since we got back, we've just been learning Japanese and feeling like the Lord has just told us to wait, and we're just waiting and praying as we figure out what the next step is in Japan or towards Japan.
Yeah, just concentrating on what God wants us to do here while we're here, like he told us to. So what we wanted to do, though, is send out a couple of thank yous to some very important people that helped for our trip. Starting off with Pastor Frank and Lady Agnes and Body of One Ministries.
As well as Aunt Bonnie.
We want to thank the Rileys.
The Clotes.
We want to thank Crystal Jordan.
The Neederers.
Marlene Swanson.
Mama.
Barry and Kim Finlater.
Abdiel.
Fernando and Amira.
Lamont and Serle.
Chelsea Leathers.
Christian. JP.
Hey.
The Robins. Adonis.
And everybody else that prayed or helped in any way. We should really want to thank you guys so
Impact
much.
Africa team.
Appreciate that. So,
Jesus Christ.
until next time, we'll see you guys later.